What piece of valuable information did we have? Address. We knew their address. So direct mail doesn't work, right? Direct mail is dated, doesn't work. I beg to differ. We would send them a postcard. So we should do lunch sometime. And I had a picture of myself and again, personality. We're not a big company. Yeah, we got complimented by saying, you look like a franchise, but I am the face behind the company. I wanted people to relate to that. I found this company that prints postcards in a handwritten font. This is my font. So I was able to write an alphabet out, and they were able to put these letters in my font. I want to invite myself to lunch sometime. Well, kinda. I'm bringing the food. You may recall that we offer a free lunch and learn for you and up to 9 of your coworkers that are responsible for ordering food for the office. Let me pause real quick. I know that in Albuquerque, there was not a ton of companies that have 9 or more people that order food to the office. I didn't care. I'd already negotiated deals with restaurants that said, hey, if you would comp me some catering food to take into an office, I'll give you a commercial. So the restaurant would give you food for 10 people. It was usually the one person that was ordering food and 9 others who wanted a free lunch. But I was able to distribute restaurant marketing materials to all the people in the office and then talk to them about our service. Let me show you how we can make ordering food to the office easy. Now it says Ron. I sent this one to myself. So their first name was inserted right here. So if I was sending this to Val, I would say, Val, let me save you time and money at lunch. Please call me today. And I have her phone number and our email. So then how would I collect more information? So I had the person that set up the lunch, but then when I got to the office, there were these 9 other moochers that were coming in for free lunch, right? So I got the idea of, well, why don't we get their email addresses? So I just show up with a sign-in sheet. And it was just the law of reciprocation, right? I give you food, you give me your email. And 9 times out of 10, they would say, yeah, oh, you can send this email. So I would start sending a newsletter to them. Next thing you know, they would forward it to someone else. And that's why I built the list and grew the list. Did the same thing with the printed newsletter. Now, a lot of you said, well, isn't it really expensive to print a newsletter and mail it out? Well, it is. So when we sold the company, we probably had about 12,000 addresses in Albuquerque. It did not make sense to send 12,000 printed newsletters to people in Albuquerque. So what do? We pulled a customer list. We looked at their average order. Anyone that was, I think it was $75 or higher average order, which is typically people at the office or people who are ordering from expensive restaurants, got our printed newsletter. And then each month we'd run a new report. We'd take a look at the people that average $75 a month or more, put them on the list, and we send them the printed newsletter. The content was all the darn same. If you look at this, it's the same stuff that was in my email newsletter. It wasn't tremendously pretty, but it was still something where I could track. And the reason I could track it was because I had the trivia in here, and I had, this one actually we had a new restaurant, Salad Bowl Cafe, and then we had the fitness tip of the month came in, we had the World Cup thing in before, there's the penny delivery deals, and talking about different things there in this issue, and it was mailed. This is again one that I sent to myself. But I took the same content I put in the email newsletter, I put it in a printed newsletter, sent it to the people that spend a lot of money with me, and then rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. I'm going to start a new monthly series called 3 Newsletter Idea Sources. So each month I'm going to give you 3 ideas of how you can create a segment or a section of your newsletter. A lot of times when I say to people you should be doing a monthly newsletter, they say, well, I don't know how to start one. I don't know how to write one. So here's 3 for this month. Number 1, product stories. So do you have a new product in your business? Are there an improvement to an existing product? Is there a new model of the product? Are there new accessories that come with it? New options? Or new applications? Someone in this room has probably got something that applies to this who wants to volunteer. Who's got a new product or an improvement to an existing product? Monica.
So my name is Monica Walters. I own Shutter Booth Photo Booth Rentals, and so for us, the new thing would be slow-mo video. So it's to explain to people what slow motion video is and how it could work for your business besides just having photos at a photo booth.
Awesome. Slow motion video. So there's a section of her newsletter that she can talk about slow motion video. And if it's an e-newsletter, you could probably have a link to show people what slow motion video looks like, correct? Number 2, news. Is it joint ventures? Is it a merger and acquisition? Is there a new division formed? A new department? Other company news? Industry news? Analysis of events and trends? Who's got something that fits in here? Is there any news in your industry? This minute.
So the sick leave is going to be on the ballot.
Sick leave on the ballot, okay? And how would you talk about that?
Well, I serve small businesses that have some employees and it's gonna impact them, so letting them know, maybe educating them about, the vote and how that's really gonna affect their business.
Very cool. And would you explain to everyone what your business is, please?
Accounting, I do outsourced accounting, business solutions by design, and we help, small businesses and nonprofits be successful and more profitable.
Thank you. Appreciate it. So news, updated news in your industry. How-to articles. So similar to tips, but with more detailed instructions. So how do you use the product? How do you design the system? How do you select the right type or the right model in your system? Again, this is just like I would do interviews with chefs sometimes. And I would say when a new restaurant opened, I would get to the chef and say, let's do a video real quick. Here's how you make chicken parmesan. Well, obviously, Casey doesn't want to tell you how they make chicken parmesan in Joe's Pasta House, but the point is you're getting them more engaged in the restaurant and saying, oh, next time, because we don't go to a restaurant if we want to cook. We go to a restaurant if we don't want to cook. What are someone in this room that could use a how-to article or a tips for details? Sarah.
So I make soap. One of the things that I do is I don't talk about straightforward how great my soap is. I talk about how soap is made, how it's historically been made, why people's skin dry out, and what could be better. Then they can figure out, oh, I use those things.
Perfect.
It's better.
Perfect. Thank you. Awesome. Okay, we are a little bit late on lunch here, so we're going to jump to lunch. What I am going to ask real quick is members can go to lunch. If the guests can come up to the front, I'm just going to show you what's involved in joining our group. If guests can come up to the front of the room here, to the front your left, and members go ahead and grab lunch, and then guests you'll be able to grab lunch right after. Let's take 5 minutes. We're going to come back right at it.